Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. It's another week, and we're ready to go. Just a quick note, this week I'm mostly going to be doing morning streams again, just because I'm pretty busy and I need to do the morning streams. But hopefully by Friday, and starting next week, we'll go back to having what is it? I already forgot. Afternoon streams, yeah. We'll go back to having afternoon streams again. Felt like playing Ace Attorney again today, so that's what we're playing. And I'll be honest, I kind of forgot what was happening. Evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. Okay. Good thing we saved here. Wouldn't be that, I guess. Lunch? Probably not. I guess my only thing, like, I can think of is this photo, because there's a burn on his jacket. Maybe we have to examine. I don't know. Shit. Well, that one wasn't the right one. Let's go back. Load this one. You. Yes. No. Shit. I honestly don't know what it is. How is the burn mark related? Did I like do the wrong thing? Is it not the burn mark? I feel like it has to though. That's just the bag. I think this just tells me the thing. I don't know why it would be that. Yes! Okay, it's apparently this photo, but I honestly don't know why. I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. Good for you, Yurinosuke. When humans look at a scene, we miss things. That's true. Memory is not reliable. Things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore. I literally don't know what he's trying to say. We may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind. She's like, I don't understand you. What is visible? Has the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn? The reason is recorded here. But where? If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. Oh, I see it now. I see it. Let's save though, in case I somehow miss the spot. Okay. It's right here. That looks pretty good. Yes! The beefsteak? Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. Yeah, it's got a bowl or a buffalo on it. No, that's a bowl. Yeah, how the heck do you get a burn on the plate unless you touched it? Yeah. This emblem on the plate. And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. I did not see that. I knew it was in the shape of like a bowl, but I didn't realize the plate. But even if that's the case, you can't know if it happened on the day in question. I mean, when else would it have happened? Prosecutor ouchie. The chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks. The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree? I guess so. It would be really hot. It depends on like what degree burn we're talking about. Yeah. Also, he shouldn't have even been touching the plate because he couldn't eat. And it wasn't suffered very long ago. Oh, thank you, Inspector. It's not particularly large, extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. There's no mild burn, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, that would be ouch. Let's see. The plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade. A burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. Yeah, I burnt myself on the oven a bunch. It does not take long for a burn to form. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. Very true. I've been investigating the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. Which means it could be post-mortem. But you're a detective, not a waiter. I kind of missed what he said. Yes! There you have it. Something isn't right here. Anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. Which means he was dead. Yeah, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Yes. The strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. What are you suggesting? That he was dead? Which would mean he was probably shot from across the table, died, hit his wrist on the plate or whatever. Or, like, I don't know. Like, he shouldn't have had the food on his side, though. Myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer. I'm sorry, his, like, the way he looks, like, towards the camera is a little awkward. Yeah, we would have heard him, but no one testified to that. The question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. Do you think we got it? We'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but I was trying to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. Uh-oh. What the heck's the trap? There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. The day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already deceased. That's the only logical thing, but of course we save before we do that. Okay. No man can remain silent when his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate. Yeah, even if he was asleep, he would have woken up. It's kind of impossible, apart from in one particular situation. Are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible. The man is already deceased. Which means maybe it wasn't the gunshot. But the report said he died from bleeding, not the shot itself. Well, caused by the shot, but you know. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. This madness. Explain this absurd notion as once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right. That's what the autopsy report technically says, I guess.
Objection!
No, prosecutor Ouchie, it's you who has no grasp of the facts. Look at this clown. So it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant. His whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? He's like, damn, I'm just, like, doing my job here. I have to argue, like, the other side. Like, it's not my fault if I'm wrong. It's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard. It's highly likely that Miss Breton knows something about it. Incredible. Certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I mean, I didn't either. You will have to forget your luncheon engagement. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. There's like a banging outside. She's like, I'm about to lie again. I already figured a way out of this. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Oh look, she speaks Japanese. You didn't need a translator at all. She didn't even lift up her skirt. She just had her arm just like hanging there. I haven't been speaking through an interpreter till now. I'm not confident in my speak Japanese. The Queen's English. It's the most refined, elegant language. Oh, you're just racist. This gentlewoman I try to avoid speaking. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. That's not okay. But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. Oof. That's a big oof. So you see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you. Oh god. I can't. It hurts. It hurts to say. You are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. Oof. Ouchie, no. Truly honored by this. I see. In that case, I will now ask you to testify in your own words. But the events leading up to the death of the victim, at least the judge isn't being a simp too. Alright. Maybe this is gonna be the last stand for her. Okay, I guess he's just gonna stand there asleep now. He's just got his eyes closed. Fortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought me steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. Okay, there's only one glass on the table, though. Did we already point that one out? It's been a little bit, I don't remember. As far as I've heard, the postmortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. Well, if you look at the record, it says it was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot, so the full cause was loss of blood. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. Well, there's a lot of ways to do that. Like, you could have poisoned him before, and then the gunshot was to cover that up, so they wouldn't look for it. Of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. Oof. That's, oh, okay, well, he's still something for her, I guess. I hope that is the last time I have to oh gosh. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. No, you just insulted them the whole time. Perfectly fine, of course. Hosanaga is still sleeping. Like literally standing up. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today. Okay, Karen. May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen. Oh no. Was that a prayer then? I was literally thinking the exact same thing. Alright, cross-examination. Did you think we wouldn't do that? She seemed surprised. Alright. Yes. I'll be rolling the case immediately. Ouch. Yes, Your Excellency. Okay. This is a very dramatic slap to the face. Okay. Victim's death. I have no idea when the poor man burnt. First. Examine. There's only one glass on the table. Oh, wait. That's right. Okay, I remember now. That's why we have this picture. Examine. Okay. Single bullet fired at close range, fatal hemorrhage from pectoral ballistic trauma. No exit wound, bullet did not pass through the body. Okay. I think it's the first time we actually looked at the autopsy report. Fatal hemorrhage. Yeah. Okay. Just want to review the evidence. Oh, hi. Oh, no. That's not good. Let me fix that. Let me turn up my mic. How's this? Is it better? I don't think the sketch is gonna do anything. Okay, when the waiter brought my steak. Where's glasses? As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death. Some other way. Maybe I could press on that. What are you suggesting? If someone is shot or strangled or stabbed, blah blah blah. How a person's life is taken, there's always a telltale. So our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Is that right, Inspector? Oh, he's awake again. As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. Except this was anything but flawless. No physical traces of all those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. Like poison. If heaven forbid you doubt me, young man. You have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat. That is true. I don't know if I have the evidence. Dude, I've been doing that the whole time. Aye, Takatsuchi Ouchie will cut down any who dare cast such aspersions. You're killing someone that leaves no trace. Yeah. only we had it, though. I'm gonna pass on this statement too. Inferior? What do you mean by that? Police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. In this country, you investigate once, and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right. Okay. Can I... which means that even if the investigation takes a different... Oh. Hey. What's up with him? I'm gonna save. I've uncovered something. That even if the investigation takes to protection, vital evidence may be lost. Seeming courtier, naive detectives try to preserve the crime scene. Can I go to him? Hello? I want to talk to him. Try to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand? You're anything but. It's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Ouchie is finally starting to see sense. What? Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I forgot we're still like, oh yeah, our justice system is kind of sucky. There's a moment before and something didn't seem quite right. It's gonna be like a new mechanic. What do you think? I think it's going terribly. Not turning up any new information. Do you have to teach me how to do it? Hi! Welcome, welcome. You need to find a way to break your testimony. Yeah, I want to talk to the inspector. Kazuma. What? There is one thing I noticed. Something has been bothering me. You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. It's about this man. He's just sleeping up. Like, standing up. Oh, he's awake again. The detective? Yeah, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant. If I might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. If you think so. This time, instead of targeting the woman herself, see what we can get out of the detective. Yeah, but how do I do that? Alright, we gotta go all the way to the last one.
Yes!
Hello. The man is very sus for sure. Yeah, I mean... there's definitely more evidence that he didn't show us. Yes. That does suck that we have to go through this dialogue.
Wait.
Alright, hi. Let me... Yes, there it is. Okay. The detective's reaction is just the same as before, but why? Because he knows something. It's pretty obvious. Detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter, and when he's not active, he just falls asleep. Things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. It's gonna be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip, except they always do, because that's the point of this game. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. Interesting. You're right, look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. So I guess this whole game is gonna be like dual testimonies. That's gonna be like the main mechanic. It's all to do with the witness marker. At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making this statement. But by moving the marker left and right with AD, you can turn your attention to other people. That's what I was trying to do. When you're looking at other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with space and catch the person at just the right time. You might uncover some new information. Thanks for teaching me. If you ever take notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people on the stand, take a good look around. Okay. Let's go. Uh-huh. Let me... There we go. Did he have to finish his...
Excuse me.
Excuse me? He had to finish his animation first. Alright, are you done? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts. It's like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? It's a delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately. Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. We gotta do literally everything we can. Which makes him a valid witness. I see no fault in his logic. Not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hosonaga, do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett? Well, yes, if you don't mind, I would like to speak. Fuck yeah. Do you think he could have just said no? And then we'd be screwed over? The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those in Great Britain, which is why I, Satoru, Hosonaga, always strive to make every yes, that's your thing. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done, and you just helped my case. So I support it. Even if it's technically illegal, I guess. Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. Take this for example. This is a bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, yeah. But it was carbonated. That is the issue at hand here. I can see it. One day our police force will be among the best in the world. Okay, but what does... Let me look at the thing. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. Awesome. Let us take a look at it right now. Alright. This. Ooh. Is this a thing or is it just lighting? It might just be lighting. Yeah. This carbonated water is from the last drink. Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. I'm sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have No! Rinosuke, that's tampering with evidence. One thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Jesus, someone get this man a glass of water. I wonder, could there be anything inside this water? I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. Is that all we get from the bottle? Can't even look inside it. Okay. Miss Brett, can you confirm this is indeed the bottle from which you drank? Also, there's only one... Oh, I keep saying there's one glass, but she had a glass. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's questions. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. The inspector would kindly control his fervor. Alright. As far as I heard, it's probably on this statement. Yeah. Okay. Save again. And I will show her the bottle. Take that! What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Especially if you've distracted them with a gunshot. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? He is shook. Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order. And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who possibly could have done it. Oh, that's her first name. I totally forgot.
Objection!
This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. Well, how about we get it looked at? You've forgotten that we only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? It's all about politics. You can't have justice, you have to have politics. It's not a political arena. Thank you, Kazuma. The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth. Call me Persona 4 because we're pursuing the truth. Sorry, that was really bad. Sure. It is you who should be silent. Dear lady. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm not even holding up my dress. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. To what are you referring? I described your police force as inferior. No matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly. The bottle, I mean, Inspector. And whether it contained poison or not. Of course. Oh. Is he gonna say there's no poison in it? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is? I'm gonna tell you again. Because, you know, 15th time's the charm. Actually, we've tested the inside of the bottle. I would snap too if I had to interact with him. Yeah. Yeah. I already test for every toxin that's available in this country. Every single one. I find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle. Of course, you didn't. But how about his glass? It's still got water in it. Tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. And I didn't get arrested for being a crime scene thief. I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence. Well, hold up. Thank you. Oh man, I'm so fucking screwed. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poison. It really does, but maybe we should check his water glass. Has the prosecution have asserted shots at his chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission is holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused to you, Miss Brett. Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Oh no. Do you have any further new evidence to present the court at this point? Kazuma, please help me. Damn. Hold on. Oh, if you excuse me now. I really must be leaving. Maybe she didn't put it in the bottle. Maybe she just slipped it into the glass. Hunchback of Notre Dame over there. Oh, hi. Please, wait. Isn't that... Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba? Darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package, wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. Cool. To be continued. What a cliffhanger. Good thing we're still gonna keep going. Back. I'm used to a lot of games just like getting out of the save screen after you save. So sometimes it screws me up that I have to hit the back button. I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? And a woman, no less? Jesus Christ. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Yes, I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. Too late, little girl. This trial has already been concluded. Well, hold up. There's been no verdict yet, so it's not over. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. I'm most grateful. Hi, I'm over at the bench now. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please simply accept this for now. What is it, a report about something? Written in English. Oh man, I can't read English. I speak English. It's her research. Oh yeah, because she was like into like forensics and stuff. After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory, medical faculty, and borrowed this paper. Oh right, that was him. Sprout was studying under the professor, wasn't she? Does his research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I mean, obviously. I'm afraid I don't know, but I just figured it would be important, so here. What a coincidence, am I right? Oh, no, of course not. Special characteristics... Jesus Christ. Special characteristics of... curare? Curare? I don't know how to say that. And its effects on human subjects. Interesting. What's that? Probably poison. Time to shift positions. Time's up. Prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser. There's too little time for me to read it in detail, but I've summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. It's wonderful. How long has this trial been going on that you didn't have time to read the whole thing? I would swear it's been like hours. Alright. Let's take a look. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times. So it's not going to be something that comes up on a toxicology report, I think. instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death even in minute doses. The above mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound, such as inflicted by a blowpipe dart. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation. Okay. Maybe don't use it as an anesthetic. This sounds pretty dangerous. Does either side have any further evidence to present? Yes, I do. We're not out of options here. This really is our last chance. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Can we not go on this tangent right now? Well, Miss Brett? Yes, Your Excellency? If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. Your excuses will not work here. I realize it was phrased as a question, however, I must ask you to treat that as an order. I've said it many times before, but I'm gonna be racist again. My apologies. So, Council, what is the new evidence? The only new evidence we have. I'm not even gonna save for that one. I understand you're studying under Dr. Wilson? Is that correct? Research, by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? How could this be? A toxin known as whatever that is, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. Well, not instant. It takes like a few minutes, but pretty quick.
Objection!
What complete and utter nonsense. That, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have. Done. Does that make sense? What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of it before, for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist? How could this be? Which means, no matter what test the police can do for toxins, they never identify it. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. Council, does this deadly poison truly exist? I mean, she was studying it. It has long been used by the tribes people of South America. Sorry, God, my throat. It's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace the arrows? Or say so, yes. It was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. When did you read all this, Kazuma? Were you just reading while I was talking for a sec? Who's the animal shot by the arrows laced with it? So for instant death. Well, again, not instant, but you know. Isn't it about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery. These aspersions are utter trumpery. Start with, if the victim had been administered some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain. No. Because it's, it relaxes you. Obviously, I would have noticed disturbance like that. No, it doesn't do that though. I didn't notice the professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean? The very fact that the victim didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that it was used. Explain yourself. Well, you see, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims will lose all strength and are unable to move, even if they were told. I've been reading way too much. I can't speak anymore. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor, but with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effect could go largely unnoticed. I don't follow, even though I definitely did. I thought the poison caused instant death. Yeah, you literally contradicted yourself there. Good job. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant, but it's paralysis, then death. So, I was just lying to everyone. Respiration? You can't breathe anymore. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation. All the while, the victim is conscious and aware. Yeah, that's pretty gruesome. Ugh. That's hideous. The observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But before the victim himself, his final moments would be for the victim himself, his final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this poison. And you're suggesting that this bottle, Council, actually contains this poison.
Objection!
This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. Yeah, I mean, it is right. Yeah, they are all pretty amazing. Especially, like, even the pixel art ones are pretty good. I think my favorites were Apollo, whenever he gets, like, flustered and his, like, horn things start drooping. I love Apollo Justice. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Yes, ma'am. It's like, it's like that meme. It's like, honey, it's 4 p.m. Time for whatever. Insert meme here. Yes, honey. So, this is how you Japanese behave. Ugh. You steal another's honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. That's not really the issue here. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. You're deflecting. Oh, Miss Brett, the feeling's mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime? That really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree? Oh, was she like trying to steal his research? Is that what he is implying?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. Well, I mean, she worked on it so she'd get credit, but maybe she wanted all the credit. And the Great Empire of Japan is... It breaks the rules. I don't know how, but it breaks the rules. What's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yeah? May I borrow that bottle for a moment? No. Oh, is she gonna, like, take a sip of it? To, like, prove there's no poison in it? I knew it. He's even got a towel around it. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Oh, jeez. Sorry? To an Englishwoman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics. It's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for the games to end. Oh my god. Ace Attorney's fun, but it's really like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Which is the point. What are you doing? 'Cause she poisoned the glass and not the bottle. No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. Wow. Fuck. That puts a huge hole in the case. Whatever's the matter? You all look quite stunned. I don't remember first cases being like this long. So, no poison. The bottle was clean. Is that what you're saying? Ha 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 ha. You're quite incredulous, little boy. But of course, it's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. Now then, Your Excellency. Yeah? I should like to be excused now. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of friendship between our countries. Yes. Man, what the fuck do we do now? There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how? How did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? Don't understand it. I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern trade will make for interesting conversation at the next party I attend in London. There has to be poison in that bottle, wasn't there? Can't it have been because otherwise she would have killed over dead? Who is texting me? Come on, Rinosuke, we have all the clues. Damn. Let's save. I mean, it's gotta have poison. Maybe she just condemned herself to death. Maybe it just didn't work yet. It's got to. The culprit did put poison into the carbonated water. Defense refuses to change its position. You fucking serious? You for real right now? On God? Says Kazuma. Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that bottle could contain poison. I mean, you just saw Mr. Brett drinking the water from it. His eyes are very shifty. He is not confident. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. Maybe you're immune to it. Maybe you took little bits of poison at a time to make yourself immune. And I believe that complication can be explained. How exactly? I need to think through all the things that don't quite add up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer is in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. I figured the right answer would be to say the thing. But if we're arguing that the bottle has poison, then it should have poison in it. Maybe we have to reread this. Instant paralysis, above mentioned effect when the poison enters the body through a wound, so maybe not digestion? Maybe it's not digestion. We have it on record somewhere. It has to be. Very well. If defense truly intends to assert this claim, they must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. Damn. Okay. Did I already say we're saving again, though? Okay. I'm gonna try that.
Yes.
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's own research report. Maybe that's the right one? It's not a valid explanation, no? After all, I don't speak English. That report is utter gibberish, therefore it is invalid. But what if I could read Japanese? Or English, that's what I meant. Some prudent young scoundrels trying to ridicule the court. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone, honest. I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. This report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to the impertinent section council. Which section of the report? Oh man, I should have looked at that one better. It's either the synopsis or the special characteristics. Probably that one. We've been hearing a lot about this poison, and it's left me curious about something. I think I hit the right one, okay. Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Yes! Great point. Okay, it was the thing I was thinking of. Surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because they'd be eating poison. Good gracious, Council. No, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says this. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it all makes sense when you interpret what's written like this. When the poison enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. So then, oh, which means it would work on the professor because he had his tooth pulled out, which means he probably had an open wound. Miss Brent, you authored this research. You knew the poison specialist characteristics, and you knew that you can make a spectacle of drinking the water without any danger to yourself. You meddling little... Oh my god. That's a real animal? Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out you're an even better lawyer than I thought you'd be. Thanks.
Objection!
All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure, but I fail to see how it possibly... Oh, she is flustered. The ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with. Some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? That she's racist? Your schoolboyish logic is a fatal flaw. Schoolboyish? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce. The poison is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the that. Oh yes, well of course. Gastric suckers? What are they? So if this lethal poison is completely harmless and drunk, then how did the professor die? How did he? But he did because he had his tooth pulled. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand, no? Let me show the medical report. Logic holds that the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest... Yes, this poison is completely irrelevant. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Ugh. What is this welling up inside me? Are you about to throw up? I've never felt like this before. It's a sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's like this urge to be a lawyer. Almost rage-like. He's about to go apeshit. More than anything else, it's animalistic desire to take down my prey. That's a very, very weird way of putting it, Ryunosuke.
Objection.
That objection also wasn't very powerful. I don't think so. How dare you use that tone with me? I know very well there's no fatal flaw here. I know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must provide evidence. Oh, I'll provide that evidence. Don't you worry, Judge. Save just in case, but it should be good. Show that medical report. Present.
Take that.
Take that. He's a lot more confident now. Ah, Miss Brett so readily. Oh. Why did I read that as ah? It's as Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there's a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. Fatal difference? The toxic effects of the poison are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So, for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Ever thought about that? You know, the thing we talked about like 2 hours ago? Like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted. Miss Brett, you've acknowledged many times in your testimony already that you are well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. Use that knowledge to orchestrate this. He. Do you really have more? Please just give it up. Laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. Yes, you hate us. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy, you'll find out soon enough. What the fuck? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. Oh, is she literally just gonna break the bottle? She's just proving her guilt right here, right now. Just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. Ouch. But like, you literally just... Everyone saw you do that. What a blunder. Are they really... Do they really believe she did that as an accident? She so obviously, like, did it on purpose. It's so obvious. Ah, but it's contaminated now. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you it will soak up the water beautifully. So then wouldn't the carpet have traces of poison in it? Test the carpet. Neither technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Ha 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 ha. So she's guilty, right? Like, we're gonna vote guilty on her? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you'd like, little boy, but I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. You. God damn it. Let's not forget we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution, or of the prosecution? I can't read. That's right. I'm really looking at this photograph. It's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me. So of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is the little schoolboy. No! You killed the victim that day using the poison. Then in order to frame Yunosuke and Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you'd arranged for him to find on the floor, because you absolutely knew he'd be an idiot and pick up a gun. Where you shot the professor's dead body in the chest with your own hidden gun. And then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor in his chair around. You see? You had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say, and I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. God, you really dragged this one on. You have nothing to support your wild blah blah. The prosecution's stance remains unchanged. Man. This is unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her. Now, is she really gonna get away with it? The way she destroyed evidence was obscene. Like, literally everyone saw that. She should at least be thrown in jail for that. Yunosuke, you've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What do you mean? The loss of a vital piece of evidence is true, so is there any clues left for us to use now? Must be in my head. Use your imagination. We don't need evidence anymore. We're beyond that. We have reached enlightenment. Tell me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you can really depend on. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her head. Think back again now. Try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt. Everything. Every color. Oh. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of this same scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity of the killer? Nah, that's just ketchup. Totally got nothing to do with the case. Totally just like random. There's a clue. I mean, there has to be. I think I might have something. Looking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. You guys have something up your sleeve, don't you? Even though I literally, like, kind of probed that one out of you. Come on, then. Swipe the smug smile off that Englishwoman's face with some evidence. Alright. Can't wait. It's been niggling? Ugh, I don't really like that word. Okay. It's been nagging me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is could be the key to arriving at the truth about all of this. It's here somewhere, the clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been. I wonder, is it the ketchup? Oh, present. Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yeah, what is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about the bottle being smashed. As you've said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Yes. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. For instance, the plate of the steak that you took the victim's table that day. No, it's the fork, lol. Yeah, I know, right? Ketchup has nothing to do with this. It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? I saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. I saw that on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. What? Oh, really? And what of it? Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. Except it didn't. Because of the autopsy. Taking a look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. The plate of steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way the blood from the victim would have ended up directly behind him. Did it really like splatter like that? Or maybe, no, he would have had steak sauce or juice, whatever, on his chest if he fell. Plus the plate was between the victim and the shooter, which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor. I beg your pardon?
Objection!
This is beyond ridiculous. Fabricating nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing?
Hold it!
Oh, hi. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading up to. You mean... Yes, I took the plate in the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime. I took it, meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? Man, your whole plan fell apart because one guy went against the investigation proceedings. I took the steak that you'd been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. I took everything. And I did it all in the name of justice. We can find out for sure whether or not there's a blood stain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. Inspector, court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Here is the plate. Please, please tell me there's blood on there. Holy fuck. Here's what you ordered. The steak. What about the blood? Is there blood on it? The blood, man. Show the court. Ooh. Whoa, sorry. I like hit the mic there. Examine the plate at your leisure. God fucking damn it. Ah. Bro. No, that's impossible. I'm sure of it. It was right there on the table. There was blood on the plate. Oh man. What an unbecoming expression. You see, why does her mask extend like that? That's why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. Thanks. Thanks, Brett. Ah, man. We may have finally reached a conclusion. Let's hope so. Let's pretend the attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch. I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. Ha! The starry looking steak reveals the fact all too clearly. If the sorry looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. Alright. Let's take a look. Examine. Alright, what are we missing here? Seems like I can only do that. Oh, that's gross. Oh hey, it's the coin that the antiques guy lost. I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoei era, I believe. I mean, what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? That's really gross. We're just touching like a half-eaten steak right now. Apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bullion and a bouillon. I don't think you ever will again. It's extraordinary. This is extraordinary though. This means the coin. So never, yeah. So marinated the juices too. It's gonna be racing if I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. Come on, coin underneath. There's only one logical explanation. Okay, we're just talking about it again. Okay. I guess that's the ticket. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Believe in myself, really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence, which I did. So Ryunosuke now knows the thing. Assume any further examination of the evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does defense have any objection? Yes. This plate of steak reveal— yes, there's another clue. Because we literally looked at it. Excellency, please wait. The plate of beef is hiding another clue. Or reveal the shocking truth. Excellency, I think I've made it clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. Sorry, but we gotta go through everything. Alright. As a newly firm ally with my country, that's still your position, is it? Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are looting. Where? Oh, I can't even save here. Lift it up. Again, that's so gross. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, good. I didn't present it. I see, I had to lift it up first, or else if I presented it, they'd probably be like, what is this?
Got it!
Got it! Why do you sound British? That's a Koban. What on earth? Oh, I arrow one at that. Miss Brett. This is in fact the beef steak that you ordered at the restaurant, isn't it? Tell me. Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Because I'm greedy as fuck. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what it is and I want no part of it. Gotta see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? Maybe a careless mistake by the chef.
Objection!
But who just has a Hoei era Koban? You're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. Can't be a coincidence. Excellency. A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that steak. If this turns out okay. You don't even have a job, you're a student. No one invited you anyway. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who's irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. Point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under this steak. Yeah, Curio. There's only one person it can belong to. Owner of the Koban is this guy.
Take that!
Take that. Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and owner of Rasute. Curio Korekutsu-san. Curie as in Mr. Cucumber or something? Okay. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier. Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. Exactly the moment the gun was fired. The gunshot interested me not. Yeah. too busy on the floor? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoya Arakoban, my prized coin. And this Hoya Arakoban, do you mean to tell me? No, no, no. Please, why would Korekuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and his plate? It makes no sense. You're absolutely correct. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm asking to bring Korekuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Bring both witnesses. Oh, okay. Why do we need both of them? We just need the one, really. Can't believe we come back around to that pair again. I have a hunch. A strong hunch. If we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. Bro, do we have 4 witnesses on the stand? How big is this witness stand? Oh man, okay. I think we've gotten to a new section of the game. I'm shocked that case 1 is taking this long, but I think I'm gonna end stream here for today. I think we've made a lot of good progress. We're so close, yet so far still. But thank you all for joining me today. If you're here and you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing, leaving a like if you liked it, and also maybe leaving a comment. The gang is all here, yeah. Other than that, I'll do Pokemon tomorrow. More Pokemon tomorrow. In the morning, because I'm very, very busy this week. But yeah, thank you all so much again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.